I thought that was just silly. I remember I watched this years ago, but I thought it was hilarious when I first watched it. So these are guys. These are Japanese. They're like very famous in Japan. Gaki no Tsugai.
Okay, I have so many questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first of all,
Let's talk about
why are they doing it?
So-
I mean, why did that guy whose ass got poked with that Beyblade
Come on.
of a screw is doing it?
I don't know, man. But
I know have the answer. It's comedy.
yeah, it is. Like I think they do a lot of this kind of stuff. So I think they were on before Jackass even, and I think it's kind of like Jackass but more Asian style. And so I know them because my Japanese cousin, loves them. So I always watched it as a kid when he was watching it. And then, I watched it as an adult again. I was dying. So I just thought it was hilarious.
On your stand-up, would you do something like that?
No. But they originated stuff like the silent library thing, where you're not supposed to laugh when you hurt each other or stuff like that. And then otherwise you get punished. And then MTV took that concept and made shows out of it. They took it from them. So they were the originators.
What's the name of them?
Gaki no Tsugai.
Gaki no Tsugai.
Yeah, I hope I pronounce it correctly, but yeah, I think so. And then, so they're very famous in Japan. They're really funny. They have, so many other cool clips.
Yeah, but that's a little bit
It's
wrong.
odd, right? Yeah, because
that some things are wrong in terms of people might do that. Kids might do that.
yeah. So please don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
No money.
Yeah,
is
we
worth-
have a lot of 14 years old watching.
So yeah, whatever your age, please don't do it.
No, but the thing is, why were they dressed in that doctor uniform?
Oh, it was like part of the game. So I couldn't find it, unfortunately, but the next one was also, I was dying when I first saw it. The one guy had to go into this one box in his face. So it was completely like a box just for his face. And then what they did is they cut onion. So the onion pieces were in that box, and he started crying like crazy. Oh my God, when I watched it, I was dying. It was so hilarious. But it's a lot of this Schadenfreude in that humor,
What is
Jackass.
Schadenfreude?
When someone else experiences pain and then you find it funny or enjoy.
Yeah, it seems to be that kind of humor.
It's that kind of humor.
What is the furthest you can go? Like at the extreme level of trying to make people laugh or have a set. What would you do?
I don't do anything usually which involves,
Make it ass and
most likely. But I can talk about things. I mean, that's the most I do. I mean, I'm not using any even props or something.
yeah, right. But maybe you should. Maybe you should expand into using props and doing more physical humor. Maybe I don't know. I haven't done it either, so I don't know. But
have you done improv or something?
Yeah, I've done improv. So it
You've
definitely
been
helped.
doing it regularly, right?
I took several classes. I took 3 classes.
What do you do when you do that? For example,
Always different, but
Yes, and
that's a basic principle, right, of improv.
I think that's it. That's all you need to learn about improv.
Yes, and
so the logic of this is to always say, make the other ones keep doing what they're doing, right?
yeah, don't try to exactly. Don't try to say no to them, which also doesn't mean you always have to say yes. So you just have to make it continue. So if you say, if the other person says, oh, you like cucumber, you don't have to say yes. You can also say no, but you have to continue in that story. So don't just say no, because then the other person can't work with it. So you have to say no, because it just reminds me of the time when I vomited, and then that person can use that information to create something out of it, right?
Nice.
So that's kind of a yes and. But I'm also a complete beginner in improv, so I can't say more about that. But
would you be
really
able
helped.
to do it? Like use something or do something on your bits, on your...
Improv, honestly, it helped so much because ever since I started doing improv, that's when I started feeling more comfortable on stage. And that's when I started doing crowd work. Before that, never. I was so afraid of it. And that just... Because that's basically crowd work, right? You don't know what's going to happen, and then you have to improvise. And I'm not good at it, but, it's just... I felt comfortable enough to try. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to... I remember... I keep thinking about this a lot. I remember I once went to a show here in Berlin, actually, but it was a Kookaburra, which is a German-based comedy club. But they invited like UK comedians every month or so. So I went there once. It was years before I started with comedy. And this one guy was killing. He was really good. And there was already this tension in the room. And then out of nowhere, he just gets out his, like a sock puppet. So his hands are in a, in a sock. And he just plays around with it out of nowhere. And people are dying. And he just puts it back in. And then that caused the biggest laugh ever. Because there was just so much tension in the room. He didn't address it at all. It came out of nowhere. And because he removed it, we were also like, what the fuck? And then you have to release the tension, right? So that's why you laugh like crazy. And I keep thinking about that. And that was only possible through a prop.
Very creative.
Yeah. So I think maybe using a prop, if it's really, well designed, well intentioned, it can really create massive laughter.
And I think in stand-up comedy, people try to use that mic stand, mic, stool as a prop a lot of times.
Right.
Like, because that's easily accessible and it's right there.
Yeah. And you can also make fun of that also. Like I've seen Chelsea Peretti.
Yeah. That was a really good stand-up show.
Oh my God. I freaking loved it. Like I remember I was watching with my sister and, because she was making fun of how men always, use the stool as like they hump it to show how they fuck.
Yeah, and they use the mic as the dick.
Yeah. And she was making fun of that. What is she gonna do as a woman? And that was so fun. Oh my God, my sister and I were in tears.
Yeah, it
was so funny.
That's a really hilarious stand-up special, actually.
Yeah, I really like that.
I saw that, and then I was like, I want to see Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I had not seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine before.
Oh, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was the other way around.
She's married to Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Who made Get Out, and Key and Peele is amazing.
Yeah, that's also a good sketch show.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
I think about this a lot because I put myself down a lot on stage, and I think there's a limit. Like I shouldn't do it too much because it just it's not good for the self-esteem and stuff.
Yeah, but it's totally up to you. I mean, what kind of thoughts you want to put out, or what kind of jokes you want to make. I usually try to look at things how they operate overall. Like this is how I look at things, and I feel like you do like to do a lot of self-deprecating humor. Like but it's totally up to you how you want to see it.
But I think too much of it is like
it's not good, man.
No.
I don't think. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to do it.
And if anything, do it on stage, but not in real life. Not too much, because I feel like, right? I don't know. How about you? Do you feel like you have a limit there?
I mean, I joke about everything, but it's just that like I don't do self-deprecating.
Is there anything you wouldn't talk about?
Rape? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
avoid rape.
Yeah.
Avoid.
Anything that's too traumatic.
Yeah, anything too trauma related.
Yeah, because it can trigger anyone so easily. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I loved seeing. Like I remember the first time I came here, I saw like the Arabic from the Arab countries, the comedians from Arab countries shitting on Israel and Israelis, and it was quite brutal. I was like, oh, okay. And then, but people laughed because it's like the punching up, right? Yeah. But then it was so nice to see backstage the same comedians hugging and just being super close friends with the Israeli comedians. So it was just like a fun, they in person they're all lovable and
yeah, it's the people from the audience, they let you know what is the limit. Right?
True.
I won't like take audience reaction
so much
that seriously.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Out of like 30%, if one person doesn't like it, I mean, that's nothing. I would be fine even if like out of 30, 6 people didn't like it. That's still like 20% not liking it. That's also, I'm like being very generous in a way.
I think I know what is the problem in general in this case. People that are talkative, they respond from the crowd. They want to end the conversation. They keep replying and then keep going.
Right. So I guess that's more, they just want to talk maybe. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you can't make everyone laugh. That just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So you always have, even on good nights, you always see from the stage, you always see that one or two people who look really so bored and right. And
I don't even care about them.
Really? I always see them. I was like, damn.
Usually I just focus on 1 or 2 people who I find like, okay, these seem to be fun people.
Right.
And I just interact with them.
Right.
Like one in this angle.
Right.
Pascal, you first.
I wouldn't do it, no. You mean, would I put up an ad for my kink? Or no, neither.
Maybe you are that guy. You never
No,
know.
I definitely.
No, I think it's too much, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Also, I think even if I get paid to do something like that, I think would put myself down. I wouldn't do it to myself.
I feel that Instagram models using OnlyFans is also super weird. I mean,
yeah.
don't they feel, I don't know. I mean, if that's their thing, and they do earn a lot of money that way, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe for like 20,000, I would definitely do that, you know? It depends on the money, I guess.
Depends on what you get paid, actually.
Yeah. On the other thing, actually, I can hook you up. You understand what actually might happen. So I have a theory. Those guys, there are many people that do this. They just give you 20 euros. They ask you to be there, do almost nothing, clean, cook while being naked, and there are hidden cameras.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is my theory.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe. I mean, I would never do that. Also, naked and stuff in a foreign part. Like, also, you don't know. I mean, that person could be a killer. You just don't know what could happen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, you just don't know.
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
And
but so obvious.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it's hard to know, right? I mean, also, psychopathic serial killers are usually very charismatic. So even if you meet them the first time, you will trust them very easily. They're really good at earning your trust, and then they can, right? So
I'm not feeling safe anymore.
Thank you. If you're saying I'm charismatic, thank you so much. But we're in your home, man. Like,
you are the killer.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm also very charismatic.
Do you ever wonder though where sexual fantasies come from? Because I read a book. Well, actually, we both read maybe
Childhood.
not that book, but
it's a separate
the author.
Yeah.
Neil Strauss's. We read both the game, but the other book is called The Truth. So it's about his sex rehab, because then he gets sexually addicted, goes into rehab, and he talks about how in his group therapy there's this one guy who just goes to prostitutes, male prostitutes. He's heterosexual. He pays male prostitutes that they whip him with a belt, I think, and then he jerks off to it. I think something like that. And the fantasy came because when he was 13, he was jerking off. He got caught by his very conservative father, who then pulled out his belt and then whipped him. And then that's how it started, like the fantasy, apparently. So I always wonder, where do fantasies come from?
Childhood, I think, affects your fantasies. I think this is what I've heard and read in a lot of books.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. So, I mean, like, I was talking to another, I won't mention the name maybe now, but he was talking about a book he read. So a really cool book. So I guess I can mention it. But anyways, and in the book, it's about a prostitute. And she talks about how she enjoyed her profession because that finally once gave her power in sex. Because she felt like she was in control. And that way, all the rapes that happened before in her life, like she kind of like felt in control of it, because now she was deciding yes or no, how much, like all that stuff.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, sex is such a complicated issue, or also psychologically, right? But I have a podcast also. It's called Kimchi Curry Podcast. I'm the kimchi part, and then my buddy Ali is the curry part. So Kimchi Curry Podcast. Nav has been there as well. Maybe Miltos, you can also, So
and that day it was one kimchi and double curry.
Right. Yeah. Kimchi curry squared. Exactly.
Kimchi curry squared.
So check us out. And then on Instagram, I'm Pascal Hausberger. And please follow me there.
He's really funny.
Listen
to him.
Thanks.
Pascal Hausberger.
So till next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. And it was super fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah.